Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to some mixed spa.
We're doing spa day again.
No, very nice. It just says mixed spa. So I would like it with bacon, double lettuce, and no bun.
I mean, a spa with like bacon and lettuce would be pretty damn cool.
Indeed. I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is the man who has brokered the deal between Greece and Buenos Aires, and now both of them are bankrupt. Michael Magas.
I have those skills to bring people together and then bankrupt them.
Hell yeah.
So we have a very incomplete timetable there because so gonna let you in behind the veil here a little bit. Martin's recording PC completely failed with like 3 minutes left in qualifying, so I had to rush over to my PC, boot up the spectator stuff, and get it all going. So we have very incomplete data right now. But we'll muddle our way through, and by the race time, it'll be fine. Bertrand Barrier currently is on pole position, and I believe it is Alfonso Alexandre on the GT3 pole position. This is the multi-community, multi-class event from Spa Francorchamps, round 6 or 7, can't remember which. We'll look on race app of the championship, and we have seen a lot of Spa lately. A lot of Spa.
I demand that we now see a lot of buffet.
The classes we've got here are the GT3 and the GTE classes. We get the very diminished table there. Man, the table isn't even complete. That is rough.
I have some good news on the animal front. There are subspecies of Indian rhinos that have gone from 100, basically 100 population all the way up to 3,700. And we've done that by hunting poachers. Well done.
I'm good with this. I'll give us the full qualifying rundown here via race app because someone in the audience, I'm sure, wants to know. And also we have a 5-minute warm-up, so, you know, might as well. Let's go over the cars real quick. So the GTEs are these Porsches here, the white and red cars. They all look kind of the same. They have 3 tire options, medium, soft, and hard. And we'll see how they play those out today. And then, of course, you have the GT3 cars, which by this point you should be really familiar with because they're the ACC cars we race a lot of the time. And basically the most popular form of racing on the planet, both sim and otherwise. So Bertrand Barrier will start on pole ahead of Tobias T8, Jesus Huerta, Arjun Lakshim, Gaston Lecurzi, Aaron Racer, Andrew D, Max Simmons, Sergei Yakubchuk is back.
The checker.
Newcomer Rudiger Lampe, Roman Barthez, James P. Butler, and Martin Smith. That is your GTE field, although one GTE car didn't get a lap in. That was Glenn McKee. He'll start from 14th place. In the GT3 category, we have Alfonso Alexandre, along with newcomer Paul. I'm going to take a stab at this one. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, though. Or Lara. That's what I'm going to go with. Ariel Zatoni starting from 3rd with Adam Komorowski, Luciano Achazo, Josiah Jerome, Jaime Fordham, Michael Magas, David Feit, Wayne Hutchison, Vic Vega, Rene Ermer, John Barker, Henrik Ermer, and Martin Edmonds bringing him through. And should be mentioned, John Barker playing on the gamepad for this one as his pedals are not working.
Ooh, unfortunate.
Still put up a 2:21.85 around this track, which is a very respectable lap time.
And are all of them singing Little GTO over and over by the Beach Boys?
I believe the championship standings have already been updated on race apps, so I cannot give you a rundown coming into this one. I can say that Josiah Jerome is the GT3 championship leader coming into this race. And coming into this race, it is Jesus Huerta who leads the GTE standings.
No one fucks with the Jesus.
Indeed, the Peruvian Jesus will continue his march to greatness.
Hell yeah.
once again be working our way around the Eau Rouge circuit. We just were here for 3D Speed and saw Andrew Borden take victory in the Lexus RCF. No Lexus RCFs in the field, so we won't see a repeat of that. And should be interesting. That's John. Oh, John Barker rejoining from the pits and getting kind of sideswiped by Jesus Huerta on the warm-up. That pit lane is very dangerous, I will say that. Spa Francorchamps doesn't know how to do a not dangerous pit lane. This is my assumption. Because the entrance for today's pit lane is at the bus stop, which is pretty dangerous because the bus stop is a common battleground for overtaking, and as a result, things can get really weird. And then you have the exit from the pit lane onto the start to finish straight, where things all. And we'll edit that part out. There was a whole snafu there, and you, the viewer, do not have to endure it.
Indeedly do, unless we really want to make you do that.
I don't want to do that. I'll edit it out.
Did you see the editing job that Martin did on the last video?
I did not actually. I have not checked out the
you
mean the 3D speed video?
You caught him not uploading the...
the liveries. Right,
the liveries again, and he inserted the South Park. Sorry. We're so sorry.
I enjoyed that.
It was good.
I mean, it would have been better if you did the cable company version of that. Oh, we're so sorry. All right, so we're running down here on the warm-up. Not really enough time to really try anything, but people might be making their last-minute adjustments to handle this race. I know I personally was debating some tow settings for the rear of my car to try to bring up the tire temperatures. But at the end of the day, I decided not to try something that was so untested before the race.
Good, it'll be fun.
It might have been fun, but it also might have been terrible. There is the man who will lead us from pole, Bertrand Barrier, having a good run. He's had a couple of them. He had a podium at Slovakia Ring. Obviously has some potential in that car. But it's been a bit of a rough season for him so far. I think it's not a speed question for him, because I think he's been fast every time out. I think it's just keeping his nose clean and avoiding any problems. That has been a little bit of a problem for him.
That sounds boring. I want problems.
I mean, you love problems. You love problems that involve walls.
Indeed. Problems that I don't have to clean up.
So this is round 6. I can confirm that. We'll be at Watkins Glen, Daytona for our doubleheader in the United States, and then Imola to finish off the season for the multi-class, multi-community event. As we wait for the final countdown here. We're watching this on 360p, so...
The final countdown.
So, excuse me if I get any of the time codes on the clock wrong. I can barely read it.
It's your boy Arjun Lakshmi Narasimhan.
Starting for P4. Very good qualifying effort. Here we go. We have some jump starts off the bat. Knew this was coming because, spoiler, I am one of the ones that jumped the start. 3 wide into La Source there. Jesus Huerta getting shuffled back a little bit. And we are getting the drive-through updates on the screen there, but I cannot really read them. So that's how it will work as we head into Eau Rouge for the first time. One of the Porsches getting very wide there. I think that is Aaron Racer, who is very wide. Glenn McKee is at the back of the pack, so I wonder if he started in the pit lane.
Well, everybody did.
Well, I mean, like, even when the lights went green, that he was still in the pit lane.
Oh, I see.
Olaru has taken the lead over Alexandre in the GT3 category, getting the jump on him. Although, as I say that, Alexandre got it back, and it's back to Olaru. So they're basically side by side through Lake Combe, I think is the answer to that, as they head into Rivage and then towards No Name. This is the no-name turn right there. Oh, no, that's not no-name. That's, no-name's the next one.
They deliberately named it No Name?
It's just called turn 11, so it's no-name.
Well, I want them to officially designate it as being known as No Name.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be fucking hilarious.
That would be. So we make our way into the twisty bits that make up the last bit of Sector 3. Just kind of generally we'll call this the twisty bits, frankly. There's a lot of turns in there, and I'm not going to remember them all.
They're all named after flavors of hot sauce.
So Barrier has retained the lead. Arjun's up to second place. Go Arjun! That is him right in front of this man, Jesus Huerta, the Peruvian representing eSports Racing Argentina. And then we have Aaron Racer and Gaston Lecurzi as we get very shuffled up here heading into the bus stop. Oh boy! Arjun ran very deep, and Jesus had a little bit of contact with Aaron Racer, but things appear to have sorted themselves out. Andrew D also in this mix, as well as Sergey Yakubchuk. There's Wayne Hutchison heading into the pit lane, and Michael Magas also heading into the pit lane. They are serving their drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Not really honestly sure what happened with the whole jumping at the start, but apparently I did. As, oh my lord, someone just gets thrown into the barrier. I think that was Gaston Lecurzi. And Arjun Lakshmi might see some investigation on that, I would have to say, as Rudiger Lampe makes an overtake on Tobias TH, our winner from Nordschleife last outing.
I love Lamp.
He's a newcomer to the series, I think representing TUGAS. I could be mistaken.
All I know is that since the video's at 360p and I can't read anything, we could just blame anybody for anything and get away with it.
That's not wrong. You're not wrong.
Therefore, I'm giving lots of penalties to your boy Tobias for no reason.
For no reason. I was gonna say, what's with the anti-Tobias rhetoric?
Nothing. No, I saw a couple of letters on the list there and went, I know that guy's first name's Tobias and his last name is.
Aaron Racer running in third place. So it's Barrier, Huerta, Racer, Arjun, Lecurzi, D, Yakubchuk, Lomp, Butler, Smith, and Tobias TH, and then the GTs kind of fall off because Roman Barthez is mixing it up with the GT3s at the moment, and so is Max Simmons. So they've had a rough time. Glenn McKee's still at the back of the pack. In the GT3 category, it is Alexandre leading from Olaru, Fordham in third, followed by Komorowski in fourth. Fifth place to Luciano Echaza. We're looking at Komorowski right now. And then sixth to Ariel Zatoni, Rene Ermer seventh, David Feit in eighth, Martin Edmonds ninth, and Drew Sidrome in 10th. Right on board with Komorowski, that's Luciano Echazo right behind him, and then Ariel Zatoni in the lovely new, I think that's a prize livery actually, the Ramus Corvette. And one of the red Corvettes is moving very slowly. And this has allowed Fordham to have a run on the inside and possibly overtaking him. That is Paul Olaru, who is dropping back through the field. Not sure what happened there. Maybe a side-by-side with race leader Alfonso Alexandre in the bus stop going astray.
Down here at the
We'll get back in front, though, at Eau Rouge. Too wide through Eau Rouge that doesn't end in death should always be celebrated, if we're completely honest. Jamie Fordham, I think, made a mistake there. He moved out of the draft. Oh, John Barker off. He moved out of Olaru's draft, and I think that gave Komorowski the run on him. I think a lot of people are very impatient when it comes to the draft at the Kemmel Straight. We also saw this at Nordschleife. And as a result, I think he lost out there. On board with Andrew D through Pouhon, as he's on the tail of Arjun. Arjun has slipped back to 5th place, having lost a spot to Gaston Lecurzi.
Are you trying to get a rise out of me, Agent Pouhon?
Maybe. Oh. Is Max Simmons having a spin? Sure. Not remotely sure what happened there, to be honest. So we have a 90-minute affair here today with a pit stop window of 45 minutes, which you have to take one stop for tires. And I believe everyone has to take fuel because I don't think the fuel tanks of any of these cars can go 90 minutes around Spa.
Might I recommend some good quality sake as well?
Picking up Josiah Jerome, running in 9th place in GT3. That is Martin Edmonds ahead of him in the Fricadelli Porsche. I do like Josiah's very minimalistic, but very still eye-catching Audi livery, although it's not the one I would have picked. There's a lot of very nice Audi liveries. As he tries to go around the outside of the bus stop, which turns into the inside because of it's a chicane, and Martin giving him the hard squeeze. Can't blame Martin, defending his position with vigorous vitality as they head down to
So frizzly.
Oh, Josiah looking down the inside at La Source. Oh, come on. How are we not staying with that? Also, a drive-through penalty popping up there. I didn't see what it was for. I assume track limits.
Do you think his mother refers to him as Joseph Saya? Maybe when she's angry.
Could be.
Joseph Saya! You get over here!
And Racer running in 3rd position. And further back is Luciano Ichazo now battling with Fordham. Fordham's lost out to one Bentley in the form of Adam Komorowski, and now the other one wants a piece of him as well. On board with Luciano Ichazo, the ESR Argentina admin. One of the men who helps make this series work and helps organize everything. And we tip our hats to, or in this case, my headphones.
Headphones are an ideal thingamabob.
Especially when they are a wireless headset.
Well, might I recommend them becoming wireful?
No, because then I can't walk over to my kitchen and get myself while listening to your melodious voice.
A longer cable, man.
It'd be a really long cable.
You get a long cable with a big spool on a little spinner there, and you can just wheel out some cable.
It would be a really. I don't think you understand how far the fridge is from my piece of gear.
It's at least 6 feet.
It is much more than 6 feet.
But at least 6.
This would not be incorrect. Andrew D has fallen down to 7th place behind Sergei Yakubchuk. Yakubchuk going very deep into the bus stop chicane there, but Andrew D with no run. And they make their way down towards La Source.
La Source. That is from Le Matrix.
D thinks about going down the inside, but nothing there.
I believe La Source was in Le Matrix 3.
And there was, of course, Highlander at La Source.
Oh my goodness.
Which was a bad movie. Don't go watch it.
Wow.
Realistically, Highlander gets real bad after, like, the second movie. Like, oh lord. TV series is good, though. Personally, I don't mind Highlander Endgame, the movie. I thought that was pretty good, but most people do not care for it.
They should have made Highlander Begin Game.
The beginning of the Immortals.
Have you seen the anime?
There's a major plot point in Endgame, though, that I will point out, which is that the villain just completely ignores the oldest immortal on the planet. Like, he's like, my quest for ultimate power and to win and blah, blah, blah. And, like, Mythos is standing right there. And it's like, that's the oldest immortal in the game. The most powerful immortal in the game. You're just ignoring him. As Jamie Fordham recovers from a moment, it looks like, at Le Combe. I've seen the anime. It's pretty good.
I would agree.
It's really just as a movie franchise, Highlander has failed. Everything else is good. Like, the TV series is pretty good. The comics, quite good. The books, good. The animated series, very good as well. Just the movies, after... Really, the first one's very good. The second one makes me laugh in a very cheesy, campy way. And then after that, it's like, oh, this is kind of bad. Sergei Yakubchuk on the tail of Arjun Lakshmi. Also love that the TV series, of course, made use of professional wrestlers quite liberally with, of course, the great Roddy Piper and Scott Hall making appearances.
Hell yeah.
Sergei Yakubchuk going around the outside. And a little bit of contact there. Does not work out for him. It was with Arjun Lakshmi. They continue on in 5th and 6th place, but it is open the door possibly for an Andrew D assault with Lampe behind him, as well as Butler and Tobias TH. Meanwhile, Aaron Racer still chasing Jesus Huerta for the 2nd place honors. Huerta would love to take home a podium after some spotty performances lately, but he is still the championship leader. Comes into today battling with Tobias TH. They are doing the math here, 5 points apart right now.
I thought you were going to say that he was battling with tuberculosis.
Oh. I mean, maybe. I hope not.
Tobias Burlocus.
Burlocus. So we ride on board with Ukraine's Sergei Yakubchuk. Good to have Sergei back. 1, he has a very amusing name. 2, he's an exciting, promising racer.
What kind of promises has he made you?
Well, he's made me personally none. But he has been pretty impressive when he has been here. He's shown a hint of speed, a little bit of wild aggression. But he turns it into a good show, and I think he's going to be a guy to watch in future multi-class events. In fact, we are working on the next multi-class series with these two communities soon. If you have any ideas, please contact Martin Edmonds. He is looking for car, track, and so on ideas for how we can make this series everything that people want.
I demand motorcycles with sidecars.
If that was an option, we would do it. Same with monster trucks. Same with Trick Stadium.
Monster trucks at Macau. Hell yeah.
I don't even think they'd fit at Macau.
Power slide that fucking corner, find out. Let's go.
Sergei Yakubchuk again going deep into bus stop. That's really exposing him to Andrew D's assault there. I don't think that's necessarily a good idea, but he's done it a couple of times, and D has not found his way around, so, results and everything, what do I know?
All I know is push pedal, go fast.
I haven't been paying a lot of attention to the tire selections, mostly because my understanding is most of the GTEs were just going to run medium tires the whole race, but we'll see. We'll see if any soft tires pop up. And after doing the Nordschleife glide, it was really easy to keep track of the tires, but we can't do that with the post report.
Can the tires explode low?
They can.
I want to see the tires not even pop up, but to pop off.
Oh. Had I elected to run the same set of rear tires the whole race, you might have seen it. Riding on board with Andrew D, who is top Canadian, actually only Canadian in the GTE category. No, he is not. Martin Smith is.
What about that Magas kid? I hear good things.
I'm in GT3, so that
is... Little GTO.
And of course, there's Martin Edmonds representing the Canadian flag. Although, you know what? Kind of a weak Canadian showing today. Not a lot of us. Hutchison, Smith, Magas, Edmonds, and D. So there's only 5 in the field.
D-Nice.
D-Nice. D-Nice and Jake Willen.
Aaron. Is that how you're going through this NFL season? By going, you messed up, Aaron.
I mean, his first game, yes. His second game, not so much. He did recover and play a pretty good week 2 game. So we'll see how he does tonight against the.
Dimes in some places.
We'll see how he does in the game tonight against the San Francisco 49ers. So
I believe that he will pack the Niners into a bay.
Oh, so we have our answer on the soft tire debate. Yakubchuk's running soft tires, so there is somebody going a little bit off what I was led to believe was the common strategy, and we'll see how that pays off.
S-A-W-F-D, solved.
Solved. Oh, Enzo Amore, if only you weren't such a
so much
fuckhead.
talent in those two, and it all got squandered in record time.
Record time.
My goodness.
Jamie Fordham looking to get past. And hitting the back of Dave Veit. Spinning himself around at the bus stop chicane. We will not tolerate this chicanery.
Chicane of fools.
By the way, a couple people have been asking about the 3D speed stewarding. We will be handling that on Monday, which is tomorrow at the time of this recording.
I've already handled it. Everybody's guilty for 5,000 penalties.
I mean, there definitely will be some penalties. There was a massive pileup on the Eau Rouge on lap 1, so somebody is getting a penalty off that, for sure. Don't know how many. Don't know who, but somebody. So not much is changing right now. It's still Barrier, although Aaron Racer has overtaken Jesus Huerta off screen for second place. Lecurzi, Arjun, Yakubchuk, D, Lamp, Butler, Tobias T.A., Simmons, Barthez, all pretty much in the same order there in the GTE category. Alexandre still leading from Malaru, Komorowski, Ichazo, Ermer, Fight, Jerome, Edmonds, Zatoni, Fordham, Vega, Hutchison, Magas, and Henrik Ermer.
The Hutchison?
The Hutchison.
The Wayne from Spain, who
the
falls
Wayne
mainly
from
on the
Spain, and he's fallen mainly on the Sector 1.
Excellent.
Getting a lot of GTE action today, and rightfully so. Everything's very close and highly contested. As Sergei Yakubchuk looks for a way past Arjun into La Source, and he cannot find it. Andrew D on his tail.
So, Michael, there's a little spoiler here. You could probably reveal to the people. When you do your pit later on in the race, how many cases of Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor did you pick up?
Oh, none. I do not. What? I do not care for the Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor.
Is that why you didn't win the whole race, or is it why you did win the whole race?
Oh, we'll find out.
Dun, dun,
your review of Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor was fine.
That's fine.
As Sergei Yakubchuk re-overtakes Andrew D, who had briefly gotten ahead of him.
I'm actually drinking it right now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, a little backstory. Since Mike and I have been MMA fans for generations now, Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor used to sponsor UFC for 5 or 6 years straight.
Probably like a decade, frankly.
Something like that. So as we're watching the fights, and I'm sitting in my chair, and I decided to order a beverage to be delivered. On the website of the store, they had Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor, and I thought it was hilarious. So I ordered some, and it's fine.
Just breaking in, Josiah Jerome with a nice overtake into Lecom of David Hyde.
There you go. Yeah, there's nothing specifically wrong with it. It's if you've had malt liquor, it tastes like that.
Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor, feel the sting.
Let's get stung. What the fuck?
Get stung. Pardon. It's been a while. It's been a while since I have had the melodious voice of Mike Goldberg.
It's hardwired into my soul.
Although Goldberg is doing commentary for other promotions.
Correct. Also sponsored probably by Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor.
Probably as a lifetime deal. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if the UFC was not actually sponsored by Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor. It was really just Goldberg sponsored by Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor. As Josiah Jerome sets off after his next victim, Rene Ermer is next up on his list in the lovely Porsche. He's back to the good livery after a round where he was in the Manthe car, which I did not appreciate because I thought the Manthe livery and its lime greenness was pretty ugly. Josiah up on his tail as we work through Blancimont. And further to the front, Sergei Yakubchuk and Arjun are still battling Andrew D, no longer a part of this fight. He's dropped back into a fight with Lamp there for 7th place.
I love Lamp.
Lampe? I'm not sure.
Lumpini?
It's Lampe.
That's definitely Lumpini Stadium. That's hyphenated.
Okay.
Little GTO. Mike, I got a post here on imagery you might want to check out.
Oh.
It's Zillow's most expensive houses currently for sale in each state.
Oh.
It's one they want $65 million for.
Oh boy.
It's 5 beds, 8 baths, 14,280 square feet. Was built just a couple years ago, and has 55.6 acres.
It's a big chunk of land.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the aerial views, and it's pretty darn close to a river, way out in the boonies, it looks like, which seems ideal in all cases.
I may or may not edit in a Stewie Griffin gif of it's good to have land.
Yeah. Wyoming, I say, whoa, it's up on a mountain. Oh, yeah.
Of course it is. It's David Feit losing another spot there. This time it is Ariel Zatoni coming through.
I want to have a mountain fucking villa.
I think everyone does.
So.
I don't think there's anyone who'd be like, I don't want a mountain villa.
That sounds boring.
I feel like nobody would say that. It may not be like
the only deal breaker is is internet. Can I get fiber or not?
Oh yeah, it's the same thing with like everyone who's like, you have to give up X, but you get to live in this log cabin. I'm like, does it have internet? Because I mean, that's the question. Like, if it does, yes. If not, no.
Are you going to be supplying me with all the books or not?
The pit window opening up. Actually, I was wondering what to read on, well, not read, but listen to on Audible next, because I finished off the Ember War series.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking through their store, and it's like, new revivals just for you. And I'm like, oh, there's a new Lost Fleet book. Bam, done. That's the ticket.
Well performed.
So I will be enjoying that. Lost Fleet, Boundless is the title of the novel.
If I may be so bold as to recommend, I would say probably hook yourself up with some Dan Simmons sci-fi.
That's true. Overtaking James Butler. I have a little bit of that in my library, as is, actually.
Get yourself a little Ilium and Olympus.
Lost Fleet is an interesting idea because basically it's the basic concept is 100 years ago in novel time, a war got started, and at the first battle of said war, just a random low-ranked commander who was commanding a picket ship held off a assault by many more ships, and he was thought dead because his ship had been destroyed and whatever. But he actually got stuck in cryosleep the whole time. So they find him 100 years later, thaw him out, and it's like, sir, you become a hero to our entire people. And he's like, fuck my life.
You people get the fuck away from me.
And basically, it's because they've been at war for 100 years, like tactics have broken down and like become just kind of like a giant meat grinder because people are dying before they pick up the experience really required. As Rene Ermer battles side by side with Martin Emmons. So he's basically a genius by today's standards, even though he was like nothing in his time. And it's all about him trying to, number one, win the war, but number two, figure out how to be a celebrity, basically.
Oh yeah, no wonder these people want $65 million. They got like a pointless geodesic dome just glommed in there. Their furniture is just the most kind of raw leather looking stuff just to be looking rustic. So obviously that costs an extra $65,000.
Yep.
The architecture looks nice though.
Get a nice on board there of Sergei Yakimchuk navigating through Eau Rouge. The track limits at Eau Rouge in Race Room are very tight, as well as Blancimont, so we'll probably see we've already seen a couple of drive-thrus for track limited views. We'll probably see more.
I swear Blancimont is actually a dessert. Somebody confirm that.
Yakimchuk overshoots Les Comps, and Andrew D says, thank you very much. I'll take 6th place.
Indeed. Kind of a disturbing amount of like faux native art kicking around here, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they got faux totem poles and stuff, and like pictures of people dressed up in traditional garb on the walls. Seems kind of fetishy.
Max Simmons making his way past James Butler there, who appeared to have an off-track moment, and top 10 now for Max Simmons, who had an excellent run. I can't say enough nice things about it to second place at Nordschleife, which was a great crowning achievement. The young career of Max Simmons showed a lot of tactical brilliance with the pit stop strategy, and really made it work, despite not being very quick at qualifying at all. I think he couldn't even get a legal lap at qualifying.
He has become the tactical.
Martin Edmonds looks to get back past René Ermer, and he will. Getting down the inside of, I believe that is Ravage. As one of the Callaway C7s getting out of the way there to let a bunch of GTEs through. Flags out, and we look like we have our first pit stopper of the day. Vic Vega has been into the pit lane. Henrik Ermer also into the pit lane now, and possibly Glenn McKee.
Monsieur Ermier.
I would say Glenn McKee is definitely in the pit lane because he just got overtaken by Henrik Ermer, who's in the pit lane.
What was this about Antonio McKee?
Glenn McKee, not Antonio. Not the highly exciting prospect AJ McKee or his father Antonio McKee, generally thought of as one of the most boring fighters in MMA history.
Not wrong.
I personally always enjoyed his fights. I mean, I get it, don't get me wrong. It's a very wrestling-centric game and very, very control. Not a lot of finishes. But I personally always enjoyed it. So, Yakubchuk laps a rather rough-looking BMW M6. That is John Barker, who dutifully gets out of the way.
Oh, that's why this is $65 million. It's on a mountain peak. Well, not really a mountain peak. It's on a reasonably huge hill top overlooking the Grand Teton Mountains with the Snake River down below. That's why it costs that much money.
There you go. We have our first retirement from the race. Looks like we've lost Ariel Zatoni, who is shown in 29th place. I think that's 29th place anyways. And appears that he is out of the race.
He's gone off to join his band Ariel and the Z-Tones.
Oh, Ariel, you gotta get on that, man. You gotta found a band. David Feit working his way down the Camel Straight as he looks to attack René Ermer. Plenty of time to go. Plenty of time to go. Can't tell you exactly how much time because I can't read the clock.
There's at least a minute left.
Down the inside to lap someone goes Tobias TH. He's having a bad day after the victory at Nordschleife, currently in 8th place, which is a considerable step down here at this this great track that I'm sure he knows pretty well. He was absolutely pretty much perfect at Nordschleife. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do here. James Butler has been into the pits, has served his pit stop. So René Ermer continues to trail Martin Edmonds and has gotten a little bit of breathing room to David Feit as John Barker recovers from, it looks like, a spin. Looks like he might have spun trying to get in the pit lane. Rudiger Lump into the pit lane.
Lamp sat alone in a buggy marsh.
What do you think, Rudiger, or is it probably more likely Rudiger?
Probably Rudiger, because I think I can detect... It's either a graphical glitch, I can't tell, or maybe an umlaut.
We'll go with Rudiger until we are corrected otherwise.
You may be referred to as Rutabaga.
Also, Rutabaga is an option, yes. Andrew D. running behind Arjun Lakshmi, 6th place. Top Canadian in the field. if anyone has Trackmania, I can send you a Trackmania version of this track that Byron made. So that you can
That's true. I did do
at
that.
the spa. Or wait, I think it's called Treat Yourself.
That's a different one. I definitely did. I did one track. I don't remember which one, and then I did the same thing in dirt. I just don't remember which track it was.
Andrew D running in 8th place or 6th place still. Still running behind Arjun. I think this is kind of the lull in the race that you usually get around the time of, you know, everyone pondering their pit stop strategy. When do you go in? What specifics are you going to do? You're going to take 2 tires? You're going to take 4 tires? You're adjusting your fuel usage. I can smell paint fumes. Probably means that my roommate is painting something.
They're balls.
He's been working on this this shelving unit for his girlfriend's knitting, which is kind of interesting. Painted up all kinds of interesting colors. It looks really good.
I gotta say, I'm looking at some of these rich-ass houses, and there's no drapery. Like, is that just how they live?
I guess.
Do they not understand people? Well, I guess these are places where you wouldn't ordinarily have people looking in.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you have 50 acres of land, or like 55 acres of land, honestly, the privacy concern is taken care of by the size of your yard. Although the only house I've ever been in that is maybe like possibly of a similar value to that did have drapes, so
I was gonna say, man, at some point you just don't want the light to come in, right? Like, even if you're not worried about light, you know, going out.
Maybe there's some kind of fancy dancy system that drops stuff in place.
Maybe they got progressive windows.
Maybe. Once again. Or no, I don't think that was Lake Home, actually. No, it was Lake Home.
It was the Come.
No, it wasn't. I was right the second time, because this is Stavro, which is nowhere near Lake Home.
It was Lay Brush.
Heading down into there's the go-kart track to your right-hand side. That's inside the Spa Francorchamps facilities.
Good old Spa Frankish Normans.
Andrew D still looking for a way past Arjun. Sergey Yakubchuk is back on their tail now. So he is sticking his nose back in there, and in the background you can see Tobias TH and Max Simmons. Oh, I don't think that's Simmons in the background. I think that's the poor quality speaking. That's one of the Corvettes actually in the far background. So that's a lapped GT3 car.
You won.
Henrik Irmer has parked the car, so we've lost 2 cars and are down to 27. Both in the GT3 class, Ariel Zatoni and Henrik Irmer.
These people want $12 million for this fucking house, and it's only got 4 bedrooms? Come on.
I mean, are they like massive bedrooms?
Generously proportioned, it says in the write-up.
Is there other things?
Oh, yeah, it's like this, it's another one of those.
Andrew D losing control of the car and headbutting the wall. Whoa. Andrew, you're not supposed to put yourself in the wall. That's not what we do.
Let other people do that for you.
So I assume we'll see Andrew D hit the pit lane probably pretty shortly to get that car fixed. Honestly, a bit of a weird spot to lose the car as we pick up Jamie Fordham, who's on the tail of that is David Fight. Still haven't gotten a confirmation if it's Jamie Fordham or Jaime Fordham, because of course he's Portuguese, and usually they go with the H sounding of Jamie.
It is actually pronounced Julio.
I could be, but probably.
Probably not.
This is what MMA does to you. You become familiar with Portuguese pronunciations and wish to apply them to everything.
Correct.
Rene Ermer on the tail of Martin Edmonds still. They've been together for a long time, battling for top GT3 Porsche honors. No pit stops to update you on. Surprisingly enough, D appears not to be pitting. He's still out there. So I wonder if he needs to make a certain mileage on those tires before he's comfortable making a swap. I know the GTEs have some tire management concerns in the background there. Fight defending against Fordham. And it looks like he has successfully held on to that position for the time being.
Oh, that's why they. So this one they went $12 million for. It's got 18 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, and it's right across the street from the Razorback football stadium.
It's a hell of a location.
Yeah. So it's basically a hotel that you can charge people to stay at to go to the game.
Gotcha. Do the Airbnb thing.
I think that's what's up. That explains the uncomfortable amount of chairs in every picture. It's just like chairs and chairs and chairs and chairs everywhere, like lining the walls.
Pick your favorite chair.
Yeah.
Paul Olaru still running in second place. He had been battling for the lead for a while. Seems to have caught back up to Alfonso Alexandre. Welcome back, by the way, Alfonso. He's not been with the series since Portimao.
Is he allergic to cats? Is that why he abandoned after the Port of Meow?
I mean, possibly.
Oh, it's even got a 2-story treehouse equipped with TV, electric, and Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Damn, son. Which is also rented out on game days. Hell yeah, you could have this paid off in like 2 months.
Probably. Goddamn. On the tail of David Fite. Still looking to get up into 8th place. Fordham was much higher in the order, but we saw him facing backwards at one point. We don't know why, and has been kind of on a recovery run ever since.
Ah, here we go. Going in Nantucket. Of course, it's going to cost $28 million.
Sergei Yakubchuk dropping back through the field. I assume that means he is in the pit lane.
He is on fire.
Very slow-moving Glenn McKee. Back to the battle between Fite and Fordham. Battle for top F supremacy.
No, it is F1, but if one dies, then it's F1 or F2. No, F2 and then F1.
I was watching the F3 finale with Javier Perez Torres this morning, along with the F1 race from Sochi. Congratulations to Dennis
Was it the Olympics?
Hauga.
All I have to say about that is, fuck Anticum.
It was actually at the Olympic Stadium or the Olympic Park in Sochi, Russia.
Very nice. Were there wolves again?
I haven't watched the Antictum race yet, but yes, I second Byron's thoughts of fuck Antictum. That's my goal every time I watch F2.
I believe the Afrojacks need to do a remix. Fuck Antictum, fuck Antictum, fuck Antictum.
Be down with that. Paul Olaru hunt down Alexandre. At this point, he's got to be thinking about possibly going for the undercut.
That's a horrible haircut. Don't do that.
Oh, no, the racing undercut, not the undercut.
Yeah, if you get one of those, fire your barber. Just no.
Sergei Yakubchuk has been into the pit lane as speculated before, and Rene Ermer in the wall. Not sure what happened there. Do I smell a possible penalty for Martin Edmonds, maybe?
No, those are paint fumes. We've established
Josiah Jerome running up against the Bentley wall that is Luciano Echazo. The HMS Boatley is out there.
Giggity.
He'll have the Echazo and then Komorowski, so he's got the two Bentleys in front of him right now. He has seen a lot of them through this series, battling at the front. We had this lovely 2x2 thing going that was ruined by Josiah. We had two Corvettes, two Bentleys, and then Josiah, and then two Porsches. Although with the spin of Rene Erber, we don't have that anymore.
I think this house has got way more than two Porsches. It's got at least one in the front, one in the back, maybe one underneath the window.
How many Porsches do you need?
I don't know.
Is the question.
What if you could just turn the whole thing into one giant Porsche?
Transformers, houses in disguise.
Oh, there we go. This is the ultimate in opulence.
Alexandre's.
Get him! Get him! Oh,
that was a bit of a squeeze, and Alaru goes off the track at Lake Home. That was a little bit on edge from Alfonso Alexandre, but hey, it's the battle for the lead of the race. You bring everything to the table. David fighting into the pits. So pick up Wayne Hutchison. Getting his way through. Currently running in P9 in the GT3s. Temporary P9 as he's overtaken Fight while he's in the pits. I assume once Hutchison comes into the pit lane, he will rejoin behind him. It's Rene Ermer ahead of him in the Porsche. And they're also dealing with some lapping going on here. I don't know who the GTEs in the picture are there. Although that looks like a new GTE livery up ahead. So that's very cool.
How can you tell?
Well, it's got some blue on it, and I don't think any of the ones previously had blue, but it is still predominantly white, so it's not really fixing the problems.
There you go.
Not really solving the problem. Pick up back with Paul Olaru. He got very close at Lake Home last time. We'll see if he can do it again. Possibly make a move into the bus stop. He's looking for it, but I don't think this is on. Lead is retained by Alexandre for now. Again, I gotta wonder if Olaru might be better served going for an undercut right now.
What if Olaru is...
We're very close to the halfway point, so the undercut is definitely in play right now. These cars don't have a soft tire to try to make work, so it's a little bit surprising that he's elected to run behind Alexandre at this point, because I think he's the faster car, and if he just undercut, he could probably make this happen.
What if he overcuts the undercut?
Well, then
it's just regular?
Then he's fed. Then it's just a cut.
Paper cut.
Josiah Jerome all over the back end of Luciano Echazo. Adam Komorowski, I think, is in the pit lane because his Bentley is falling through the order. So probably one of the first leading GT3s to make their pit stop. Back on board with Paul Olaru. Would have been nice if these guys had different liveries instead of the same Wayland livery, but hey, work with it.
Well, I mean, all we have to do is get one of them to crash and we're good.
That's true. Well, really, honestly, if they just weren't battling for the lead of the race, it'd be all good. There's many duplicate liveries on the track, but it's like particularly bad when the duplicate liveries are battling each other. Looks like Wayne Hutchison and Rene Ermer have hit the pit lane. And I'm shown Martin Edmonds has served his pit stop, so he is good to go to the end at this point.
You were asking how many Porsches is too many. I have an answer for how many powder rooms is too many. This place is listed as having 3 powder rooms.
That is too many.
What the fuck is happening in this house? You just like employ people to put makeup on?
Maybe. I mean, I guess if that's a thing, like if you're, I don't know, maybe if you're like an actor or something, you actually have your own makeup room. Okay, fine, we could get some powder rooms in there, but this is a bit extreme.
It's a bit much.
Josiah Jerome. Look at the size difference between the Bentley and the Audi. Jesus.
Oh, there you go. This might be money well spent. Water system includes filtration and reverse osmosis systems and a water chiller. You get ice cold fucking water out the tap? Hell yeah. I'm down for that.
Gotcha. Alaru still on the tail of Alphonse Chandre. Still has not elected to try to make a pit stop happen here. Looks like Andrew D is in the pit lane along with Martin Smith and Romain Barthez.
Bartolomeo.
And there is Mr. Barthez rejoining with the soft tires. So he is going to try and make the softs work for 40 plus minutes here of this race. Still got a couple of guys to make their pit stops. Probably about a little under half the field at this point.
Perhaps.
Once again, rejoin the battle of Wayland Supremacy, or Alaru versus Alexandre for the lead of the GT3 race.
Which one gets to be Waylon Jennings?
Oh. Or Bishop Wayland.
Could be. Oh, there you go. $3.75 million for a home in Alaska. Lot size 2 acres.
That seems a bit low.
It is. There's one earlier that I didn't really say, but it had like an acre of land. It was like, did you just literally build the whole house?
That would make sense in like a crowded state, like some, where land is at a premium. But like Alaska is, huge and generally underpopulated.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it is apparently on Kodiak Island, so maybe there's a premium of space on Kodiak Island since everybody wants to go see the bears. Try to find where was
right on board with Rene Ermer, although to be honest, I'm not sure why.
It was the Arkansas one for the Razorbacks. That was on 1.13 acres. But I mean,
like that's across from a stadium.
Yeah.
Like that's location.
Yeah, you're trying to. Apparently, there's like 3 businesses associated with the property and all that stuff. So,
I mean, like I know a buddy in Alaska who got his house for under $1 million, who has like 4 acres of land.
It seems kind of ridiculous.
I mean, my sister got an acre for like 300,000. Not even actually, 200 something.
I think that's around what my parents paid, and they've got about 4 acres.
There you go.
Something like that. I'd have to.
So the idea of the most expensive home in Alaska being with that price tag and that land amount is
kind of weird.
A bit weird.
Here we go, Maine. One in Maine, built in 1938.
Interesting enough, Romain Barthez has done an overcut on Sergei Yakubchuk, although Yakubchuk does get by now, so Barthez probably doesn't have his tires up to temp. But interesting that Barthez was able to get the overcut to work and actually overtake Yakubchuk, if only briefly. Come up to Luciano Achaza, who is yet to make his pot stop. By the way, surprisingly enough, Alexandre has pitted before Ularu. So he is going for the undercut. We'll see how that works out.
This one's got its own golf course because they have 265 acres.
Nice. Yet to pit, we've got Jamie Fordham, Paul Ularu, Luciano Achazo in the GT3 category, as well as John Barker. Although Barker's been in the pits, I just think it was before the pit window. And then the top 5 of Huerta, Racer, Tobias TH, Max Simmons, and Arjun yet to pit. Well, I think Tobias, Aaron Racer, and Huerta may have just hit the pit lane, actually, because they're dropping through the order. John Barker gets a little out of shape there. Wayne Hutchison as he tries to track down Rene Ermer. So what do you think? Do you think Olaru's overcut's going to work out against the undercut of Alexandre, or do you think Alexandre is going to overtake him while he's in the pit lane?
I believe that while in the pit lane, one of them will explode. It will be a horrible accident with gas.
That's a bold prediction, and bad news for Paul Olaru, because he needs to go in the pits, and Alexandre doesn't. Olaru is in the pit lane as we speak, so Luciano Echazo moving to the front of the GT3 category. By virtue of having not pitted yet. Him and Jamie Fordham still have to pit. Oh, speaking of Jamie Fordham, there he is in the pit lane, and there's Paul Olaru leaving the pit lane.
So let's have to ask, you can't afford him.
Let's hope that the camera sticks with Olaru, because of course I'm very interested where he comes out in relation to Alexandre, who is shown ahead of him. It looks like Alexandre, for now, has won out with the undercut, and by quite a bit, actually. It looks like he's got about a 4-second lead over Olaru, but mind you, that's with the extremely low-res numbers we have to work with here. So I could be wrong.
Sir, I believe there are 13 hours left in this race, according to the numbers I'm seeing here on the screen.
I believe it's 37 minutes, I think.
You could be correct.
Let us know in the comments below if we are correct in interpreting these numbers. Max Simmons in the lead, because Byron, if there's one thing that's for sure in ESR racing, Max Simmons is going to go long. That's what's for sure.
Death, taxes, and Max Simmons refuses to pit.
Andrew D on the tail of Roman Barthez. Barthez's pit stop strategy has worked out quite well, actually. Got a good overcut going. Now, if those soft tires can last the rest of the way, he might be in for a decent result right now. That is P9.
Whack his pee-pee.
Bailiff, whack his pee-pee. Gaston Lecurzi also rocking the soft tires. No surprise there. He did the double soft at Nordschleife, and it worked fairly well. Jamie Fordham trying to overtake, I'm not sure whom, David Feit. Looked like there was a bit of a thump there. We'll see if the stewards have a look at that.
Have the ball destroyed. Penalties all around.
So Fordham getting up into what is currently 7th place. That probably is actually 7th place. I was thinking that there were some GT3s yet to pit, but the only one is John Barker. So everyone more or less is where they actually are right now.
The Barkist himself.
The Barcadero.
Sí, el Barcadero.
Really just Max Simmons yet to pit. Everybody else has been in except for John Barker. Well, and even, as I said, Barker's been in. It's just he was in before the window. So he'll probably be the last one to pit because, well, he's got, relatively fresh tires. If he did a stop, if he got them. Hutchison on the tail of Rene Ermer. Battle for P9 in the standings right now. In the GT3. As they head through Blancimont. And towards the bus stop chicane.
Blancimont sounds like it should be some pudding-based dessert. Some kind of vanilla pudding.
I can't disagree with you on that one.
Maybe a little fruit mixed in.
Definitely something vanilla.
Correct. That makes me want to go get a fruit trifle from the grocery store and try and eat the whole thing again.
Arjun Lakshmi has gone with the soft tires as well. So it looks like a lot of the cars in the GTE category have gone medium to soft here today. He is on the tail of Tobias TH.
Dun, 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 dun.
I kind of thought Jamie Fordham would leave David Feit in the dust, but that has not happened. He's still very much in contact here on the Kemmel and into Lacombe. As John Barker has another spin. And I wonder if he'll elect to go in the pit lane now. Looks like he won't. Okay.
He, in fact, willn't.
He willn't.
So hilariously, I'm trolling through some of these pictures just to kind of, oh yes, when I own my bajillion-dollar house, yada yada yada. These people, I think, got a discount on chandeliers and then just had to put them in rooms because it's the same chandelier, but it's clearly 3 or 4 different rooms.
Interesting. As Arjun Lakshmi goes down the inside of Tobias TH into Lake Home and takes over 6th place.
We got 5 chandeliers. I just put one of those in every bedroom. It'll be chandelier coated.
That was a pretty important move there by Arjun, actually, because he's got the soft tires. Tobias has got the mediums. So Arjun needs to make hay while his tires are in the zone right now. Try and get that gap up.
I did not know mediums were an option.
So you got the soft tires and the medium tires, and basically the softs are faster, but wear faster. And the mediums last longer, but are slower.
But what if you just spin them faster?
I am told the softs have a bit of a limited lifespan, so Arjun needed to make that move count and use that tire advantage while it was there.
Indeed.
So Wayne Hutchison continues to get closer and closer to Rene Ermer in the Porsche. As they once again head into the bus stop chicane. Looked like Wayne thought about it there for a moment, but I think he's a little bit too far behind to make that move. They've got a GTE coming through the field there. Not sure whom that is. Somebody giving the blue flags to the GT3s right now. And Wayne Hutchison goes wide at La Source to accommodate the clearance of that blue flag.
Everybody make engine sounds with your mouth.
Use the Stewie Griffin logic. I'm making the sound, so it's actually working.
Yep. How come? Oh wait, it is kind of working. So the reddest cars are out front, right? So I mean, work logic holds.
This is true. Alfonso Alchandre and Paul Olaru are the red cars, and they are first and second in the GT3 category.
They were right the whole time.
The orcs believe things that are red work, and because of the orcs' peculiar biology, they do. Tobias TH unable to stay with Arjun right now, but the tires might come back to him. Of course, there is the weird thing of that, of course, that because this is a video game as opposed to a real life where you could get your pit crew to tell you, is he on softs, is he on mediums? You don't have that option. So he has no idea at this point if the tires will come back to him. As Bertrand Barrier is catching up to leader Max Simmons. Simmons still has to pit. So Barrier is your effective leader, but he may become your on-track leader here rather shortly. I think Simmons needs to get in the pits now. I think that is the case. Let's see if he makes the break for it. And he does! Hey! Nostradamus in the house.
Get in the pit, little man.
I do think he might have gone a little bit too far, though. Because he's... Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll get our answer when he comes out of the pits if he's stayed out too long. But we'll see if he goes to soft tires, if he goes to the medium tires. I'm very interested to see what Max Simmons does here. He went to the softs at Nordschleife. One would think he's going to do the same thing here today.
Thugschleife.
Let's pick up the battle between Ermer and Hutchison once again. Thinking about a move there at La Source, but I think, again, Wayne is not quite close enough. Clay in his unit. Sounds like a porno. Wait.
In honor of Max Simmons, I also am going to make pit stop, and I will be right back.
Alrighty. Wayne Hutchison gets a good run out of Eau Rouge and is all over the back end of Rene Ermer. I think he cut out of the draft a little bit too early, but we'll see. Heading into Lake Combe, he's got the inside line. He's going to get it done. Wayne Hutchison with the move into Lake Combe, and a clean one at that. And there's a blue flag car coming in behind him, so that's going to help him out because I think he's going to end up getting a bigger gap when Ermer lets this car through. Gets very wide at Ravage. Michael Magas in behind them. His Callaway C7 has been getting closer on a lap-by-lap basis. But how the blue flags play out is going to be very important. Generally speaking, you probably want to clear the blue flags on the start-finish or the Camel Straight here, because it's obviously the easiest spot to get that done. You desperately don't want to have to clear a blue flag in Eau Rouge. And probably, to be honest, Blancimont is a bit weird just because of the track limits in Race Room. I probably would not really want to do it there either. But, sometimes you gotta make do. It's a bit of a random element that applies to the race. Max Simmons, by the way, has rejoined ahead of Raidillon, so that is higher up than I think he was. So I do believe he has at least retained his spot. But he is quite a ways behind Romain Barthez, so we'll see what happens there.
Well, what's going to happen is he's going to press the gas pedal.
Well, he is going to press the gas pedal. There's going to be some brake pedal in there, too.
Whoa.
And he's going to turn the wheel, and he's going to make it around this... I wish I had the Spa track handy right now. I'm going to pull that up.
3.5 feet. Maybe 4.5 feet.
Spa Francorchamps is... Oh, come on. You're not going to give me the track length on the page? That's a little bit rude. 7 kilometers. Little over 7 kilometers. 7.004 kilometers with 20 turns.
Sounds
the
like
lap record was set in 2018 by Valtteri Bottas in a Mercedes F1 car.
Not in a minivan.
I doubt they have a record for a minivan around Spa, but they might.
Sounds like something they'd need.
Let's see here. What is the GT3 record?
19 seconds.
GT3 record belongs to the Lamborghini Huracan driver Marco Mappelli. At the 2020 24 Hours of Spa, he did a 2-minute 18.146.
Very nice.
The record. I wonder what was our fastest lap in this race. And quickly pull that.
18 seconds.
May not have been done at this point of the race. Probably actually hasn't, because I would think the fastest lap would come later. Let's see. Best lap by a GT3 car was set by Paul Olaru, a 2:18.186, which is faster than the actual record. Oh, pardon me, it is not. It's about 400 slower. So, damn, that's a good lap.
As long as it's not 104th slower.
The GTE lap record is held by Kevin Estra in a Porsche 911 RSR 19, which I believe is the car we have here. Magas getting a little bit wide there. That was at the 2021 6 Hours of Spa. He did a 2:13.658. Our fastest lap around here was a 2:14.208. Which, interesting source of that, James Butler actually is going to have the fastest lap of the race, and he's down in 14th place.
14th place? That sounds like the double luckiest place to see. If you're in 7th, 14th, or 21st, you're increasing your luck, right?
True.
I'm trying to apply orc logic to other things.
They also have records for W Series, Stock Car Racing, GT4, TCR Touring Cars. Actually surprised that the TCR Touring Car record is better than the GT4 record. I would have thought that'd be the other way around. WTCC record, Formula 4, Formula Renault 2.0, which is not really a series that really gets a lot of attention anymore. DTM. Millions of records here.
How many goals in a single season?
Oh, well, that I don't have.
What the fuck? What kind of raggedy-ass sport doesn't have goals per season?
I mean, I guess we could have wins per season.
Boring. I want to know how many hat tricks has the Huracan had per season.
So we got the top fives in each category. Bertrand Barrier leading Gaston Lecurzi, Aaron Racer, Jesus Huerta, and Arjun in the GTE category. And in GT3, it is still Alfonso Alexandre from Paul Olaru, Adam Komorowski, Luciano Chazzo, and Josiah Jerome. which has pretty much been the top 5, I think, since Jerome got past Martin Edmonds, which was quite some time ago.
At least 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, like probably a long time ago, like a good 30 minutes probably.
Wow. So fuck kind of. Again, trolling through rich people houses. This place is set up like a restaurant, but it's a dining. Like there's multiple tables of multiple chairs. Like you're going to be seating different parties of guests.
Maybe that's kind of what they do. They kind of do like a whole rental dinner experience at mansion sort of thing.
Could be.
I mean, I feel like if you have a place as big as some of these are, by the way, someone picked up a drive-through penalty there.
It was me.
You would think that you would turn them into a business opportunity if you could.
Mm-hmm.
As Andrew D battles with Sergei Yakubchuk, both are on the medium tire. And are battling over 7th place. Somebody into the pit lane there, probably whoever got the drive-through. Looks like it might have been Rene Ermer.
Monsieur Rene. Andrew Delicious.
Delight. Delicious. D-nice. Defense. Oh, God, he went very wide there.
Too much defense.
That was very off the track. Pick up Tobias TH running behind Arjun.
And you know what? All of this rich people house I'm trolling through, I still haven't seen a bathtub I could probably fit in. What are you spending your money on? Jesus Christ. A lot of nice wine cellars, though. I'll give them that.
Longest standing track record at Spa, it goes back to 2012 in stock car racing. Andrew Valinio? Not sure how to say that. I've not heard of him before. In a Chevrolet Camaro NASCAR, did a 2:34.795, which is the record for that particular classic car.
Huh.
The other oldest record is from 2009. GP2. The deal there, though, is that GP2 stopped being GP2, and as a result, there is no GP2 anymore. So that record will forever stand.
In the future, all things will be GP2.
Although 2009 was pretty early on in the GP2 run, so that is a good record. That is an old record. Sergio Perez, Javier Perez Torres' boy.
Very nice.
156.731.
And a half.
Pick up Andrew D again as they close in on, I'm going to guess that's Michael Magas.
Maybe.
Again, we have a lot of duplicate Callaway liveries, so it's a tough call. Drive-through penalty for Glenn McKee. And that is Magas, because that's Wayne Hutchison up ahead. And oh boy, Andrew D tries to get a move there done. Opportunistic, but Sergei Yakubchuk slamming the door shut.
Good old duck and chuck.
He says, no, not at that horse, sir.
Oh, there we go. There's the ultimate rich person move. Big ass room, nice sitting room, lots of chairs, all that kind of good stuff. Pool table. Pool table's covered by black bear skin and cougar skin. You can't use it.
Yep.
That's the ultimate rich people flex.
Yep. That is the flex.
Other than that, it's pretty cool. Oh, there's another picture. They got it moved onto the floor, so they're actually rugs. They got a moose head on the wall. I don't think they actually killed any of those things, but okay.
Probably not.
Chandelier made out of deer antlers. I can see where this is going.
This is a guy who either is an avid hunter or really wants to convince you he's an avid hunter.
Yeah.
One or the other.
I'm waiting to see where the gun safe is.
Probably won't be a picture of it.
Probably a whole fucking room.
Probably. Who needs a gun safe when you have a gun room?
That's the goal, right? I want all of the gay farmers to have gun rooms to protect the marijuana crops. That's the society we should be striving towards.
We might see another repeat of what happened before. Oh, never mind. They're going to get past that. Wayne Hutchison lets up and lets them through at the bus stop. I was going to say we might get a repeat of B trying to sneak down the inside of Yakubchuk and the source again, but I think he's wise to it right now. And Wayne Hutchison puts an end to that by allowing them through at the bus stop chicane.
This place is Mordo Ranch. They're one letter off. It could be Mordor.
Could be.
But it ain't.
It's not.
Anybody in Arizona want to drop by the Mordo Ranch and fix
my
it?
only real experience with a really... Well, I have two real experiences with rich people being... Well, rich people. Number one. Oh, hang on. Let's let Romain Barthez have his moment here in Eau Rouge. Barthez on the tail of Max Simmons, and the camera goes away from it. But anyways, the thing I was thinking about is so of course a friend of mine. I got invited to a party at their place, and I didn't really know this guy at all. And my friend is like, yeah, it's a really big house, like it's a proper mansion. We pull up to a house, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty big. I'm not really sure what you were saying. He's like, this is the guardhouse. Oh, I see where this is going. And we go up to the place. It's like, they will see you in the ballroom, sir. I'm like, there's a ballroom. Oh Lord, I'm going to be in a ballroom. I didn't think this would ever happen.
Here we go. I got the ultimate rich people house. 10 baths, 21 bedrooms, I'm assuming, because they didn't fill that part in. 14,189 square feet, 22 acres, $160 million.
$1 million.
This had better come with complimentary ball washers in every room. And it had better have a tub I can lift
James Butler getting overtaken by Martin Smith. Is a bit of a surprise. Butler's had a weird day. We know he has the fastest lap of the race, but he's down in 15th place. James Butler, if you watch this, give us the lowdown. What happened in this race? Because this is a very weird race for you.
Ooh, I don't know about this. This thing's like right on the ocean. I don't know if I'd be paying $160 million for something you can't get earthquake insurance for. And those aren't rock cliffs, man. Those are not rock cliffs.
D still on the tail of Sergei Yakubchuk. Tobias TH trying to hunt down Arjun Lakshmi as well. Max Simmons trying to make his late pit work. Oh boy, Andrew, that is the grass, my friend. That's a tough move.
He's gonna just make sure that it's all nicely trimmed.
Well, the thing is with the tire model in Race Room, when you touch the grass, your tires become useless for like a good 30 seconds afterwards. So it's a rough time.
Yeah, I don't know about this. All these pictures of this house aren't of the house. It's all like the cliff side and a little bit of the yard work, and there's nothing.
So location.
Yeah, it's in Carpinteria, California. Let's expand this map and find out where this is.
Whoa! Andrew T getting very close.
Get him
to the back of Sergei Yakubchuk. This fight is on. Andrew D looking down the inside. Can he get it done? No. Yakubchuk defends once again. Takes the inside line for the next turn.
Get your boy.
The next real opportunity D's going to get is the bus stop chicane.
It is outside Santa Barbara. North of Ventura.
The other major experience I had with rich people was me and my dad talking with a client of my dad. My dad does laboratory work, so fixes stuff. So This guy with his multiple PhDs and, you know, biology and chemistry and all that shit, and he's really, really proud that he has the same toilet that Will Smith has. It was kind of amusing. It was really, really amusing.
That is kind of cool, though.
Like, he would go through, like, the features of the toilet, but, like, he's like, the main selling point is that it's the same toilet Will Smith has.
This is like the York Sprave of toilets. Let me show you
a bit, yeah.
That's funny.
As we pick up on board with Glenn McKee. Having a little bit of a spin there out of the bus stop chicane.
What would make it creepy, though, is if he claimed to have Will Smith's toilet.
That would be taking it to a step in a very stalkerish direction.
Slightly different, change in phraseology.
It's one thing to like. It's one thing to like. I don't know. Find out somehow that Will Smith has a toilet, because I'm sure the company that sold Will Smith's toilet is like, Mr. Smith, can we use you to boost the sales of our product?
Yeah.
It's another thing to be like, no. This is Will Smith's toilet.
We have it in a case. It's like fuck. What's that restaurant? They got all the memorabilia everywhere.
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock. Yeah, it's like Hard Rock, but it's toilets.
Be very weird.
This is Will Smith's toilet from 1997 all the way up to 2003.
This is Jeff Bridges' toilet as of last year.
That'd be a whole other level.
Andrew D all over the back end of Sergei Yakovchuk. I feel like this battle is going to go down to the wire here, but we'll see. D looking to make the move. Seems like he's got the pace to do it right now, but just needs to find a spot where he can apply that pace to an overtake. We saw him get really, really close through the twisty bits there, and also Pouhon, but it seems like he can't quite get the job done. Bertrand Barrier, by the way, still leading by like 30 plus seconds, so fairly safe lead. Yakovchuk versus D moves into Blancimont.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing any bathtubs I can fit in. This is bullshit. This is ridiculous.
It's a serious problem that you have, I know.
I'm going to be paying, $51 million for this place. No bathtub? Like, I can't just go, I'm going to have me a bubble bath, because, god damn it. No. Deal breaker. A lot of private theaters. Not bad. Well situated. Mm-hmm. That one's playing some Nicolas Cage movie. I don't know what that is.
It really doesn't narrow it down. Nicolas
Cage in a tuxedo. That's the best I got.
Glenn McKee having another spin. I feel like we just saw this exact same camera view like 2 laps ago. Glenn's having a rough day. That's what I can say about that. As Yakovchuk and D clear the lapped GT3 car of David Feit.
Well, I mean, this place got an elevator. That's pretty cool.
Elevators are cool.
Oh,
just be careful. You know where the elevator goes. I have a buddy whose house growing up had a section of the house that we were like, I don't know, 12 years old. Anyway, he's tiny, so we fit him in the dumbwaiter, set him down. I'm like, where'd you go? He's like, I don't know where that is in my house. I'm like, oh, hidden room. Oh boy.
The garage in here is definitely situated and set up by an actual practitioner of mechanics. There's racks and baskets and hooks and shit all over the wall. It's obviously like they've moved out. So it's where all of your shit should go. And there's even a washer and dryer right there in the garage, so you can
Andrew D getting once again very close to the back of Sergei Yakovchuk, but can't find his way around. Mind you, the dude whose dumbwaiter went to a place that he didn't know where the house was is the same guy that we were out in his backyard, and we looked and we found a trap door in the shed back there and went down and went, is this not your basement? Yeah, but the house is like a half football field that way. So there's a lot more to this basement than you're aware of. Okay.
Nice. That's a house I can get down on.
We used it. We used it for LAN parties a lot, actually. We had to run a generator to provide the power for it, but it was interesting because the entire basement had no power outlets. So We did. We did improvise the power and the internet down there, but once
weird.
done, it gives you a lot of space, and it's a really cool area.
Couldn't he have just like clapped his hands 3 times and had Mortimer the butler whip up like rewind?
No, this is not the super rich dude. Although this is the guy that did know the super rich dude. So realistically, he should have asked Joel to be like, "Hey Joel, can you help us out here?" This is the same guy who hosted the party with the infamous 27 Redeemers going off in Unreal Tournament at the same time in the game, just going, I don't know what to do with this. Just crashing.
That's what happened with Fallout 76.
Oh, Andrew D got past Yakimchuk, but then kind of blew it at the Lacombe chicane there. We pick up the GT3 lead car, so Paul Olaru, who was undercut by Alfonso Alexandre, who was in the lead already, has caught up to him, and the battle for GT3 supremacy is on. So Bertrand Barrier has got GTE pretty wrapped up, but GT3 is wide open between Romania's Paul Olaru and the Portuguese driver Alfonso Alexandre. And Yakimchuk is wide, and through goes D.
Wow.
By the way, Yakimchuk on soft tires, so I think those tires are gone. That might be why D has got the pace advantage right now. And coming up behind him, he might have some problems from Max Simmons, who's on soft tires, but they are notably fresher.
You can't just say that your boy's wide. You can't just fat shame other drivers.
I can say that. Sir, it's not fat shaming because I am also wide.
Well, yeah, but you didn't say like welcome to the Wide Club.
To Wide Club.
Well, my name is Chris Wideman.
I did have a whole cool side of the pillow thing for Eric Hawkins. His birthday was yesterday, but he did not respond. Oh! That was a little bit dirty, Pool.
I'm fine with it.
Yakimchuk giving the shoulder rub to Max Simmons.
You gotta sometimes rubbins is reasons.
I'm not going to say I'm going to make a note of that for the stewards, but Max, you might want to get that checked out.
Mio's definitely stooging you out right now.
Well, no, I'm stooging out Sergei Yakimchuk, technically.
Stooge over, stooge.
Hey, I'm a fan of fair, clean racing, my friend.
Sure.
And that is what we all claim to be fans of.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Paul Laru still on the tail of Alfonso Alexandre. TUGAS looking to take home the victory here for the first time, I want to say, in GT3 this series. I could be mistaken. Let me have a quick look at the standings here. Has TUGAS taken home a victory? ESR has taken home 3, courtesy of Josiah Jerome. Luciano Chazo, 1 for ESR Argentina. Ariel Zatoni as well. This would be the first win for TUGAS in GT3. So go boys, go. They have a win in GTE, which is Tobias TH's back-to-backs at Slovakia Ring and Nordschleife. But nothing in GT3 as we look at Jamie Fordham hunting down Martin Edmonds. And Byron, you and I have documented to death the Martin Edmonds tire issues.
Correct.
That usually crop up towards the end of the race. What is the likelihood that he is having some right now?
If not now, then in 2 minutes.
As Paul Olaru on the tail of Alfonso Alexandre, looking to win on debut. As one of the GTEs has come to a stop. Olaru going side by side, looking to the inside of Lacombe. Not this time. Or maybe gets a very good run through it. Or a shaky run from Alexandre. We got blue flags coming through as well. GTE cars screaming through. A little bit of physicality. Olaru on the inside once again getting squeezed. They head into No Name. That'll be the inside line for Alexandre. And we'll see what Olaru can do heading into Pouhon.
What if Olaru alarms you?
Well, he's going. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. And these GTE cars in the background are like, sir, gentlemen, we have our own fight, and there's some blue flags coming through here. We would like to go through. Or that could be Martin Smith and James Butler, actually, who are not actually getting... Oh, no, Butler's way away from it. So it's not... It's definitely a blue flag scenario. As Tobias TH is caught up to Arjun, looks like the soft tires for Arjun have gone off, much like Sergei Yakubchuk in his battle with Andrew D. By the way, Max Simmons has overtaken Yakubchuk and moved into 8th place.
So my boy Nathan linked me up to Joe Rogan talking about the Crow Cop Vanderlei stare down.
Okay.
I'm like, that was a wild fucking fight. He's like, oh really? Like, oh yeah. So I found it on YouTube and linked him up. We'll see what his reaction is.
There we go. One of the classic fights in MMA lore and history, and definitely one of the better stare downs, because Crow Cop's completely impassive machine-likeness with Vanderlei's immense intensity and rolling of the wrists in a manner that says, I'm gonna rape you.
You talk about Vanderlei, the ex-murderer Silva, who fears no man nor beast, versus a man who might have legitimately used an axe to kill a guy. I don't have any proof he didn't.
It's quite possible.
Crow Cop may legitimately have...
Counterterrorism cop, Mirko Crow Cop.
Yeah, it might have come up during his day-to-day.
He is a little bit of the Jack Bauer of Croatia.
Yep.
As, oh boy, Olaru's going side by side again. They've let the blue flags through. It's Lake home again. Alexandre has the defensive position right now in the inside line. Olaru squeezing him. Squeezes him good. Did he get it? He did. He got it. He got the job done. Didn't see if he forced Alexandre off. Might go before the stewards. Don't know. We didn't see enough.
Sturt.
But your leader is Paul Olaru on track. And we still have Tobias TH on the tail of Arjun. This will be going down to the wire. I think Arjun's got some gone tires. This is my theory, that the soft tires Arjun put on at the pit stop are done, and Tobias just took over the position there. Aaron Racer, on the other hand, seems to be managing the softs pretty well. Still battling with Jesus Huerta over the podium there. And, well, I say this, he might, you know what, I'm thinking he might have been in second. He might be tumbling through the order, so... I think outside of Max Simmons, the soft tires might have been a bad idea. Romain Barthez having a spin. He's also on the softs, so maybe the softs were a bit of a gamble when a lot of these cars put them on, because they seem to be falling back now. It'll be interesting to think about. It'll be obviously a topic of debate and discussion. What was the right call? But it looks like the guys on the mediums right now are coming through the field as Romain Barthez has DNF'd the race.
Romano Bartolomeo.
So it looks like we've lost our first GTE car, actually. All of the GTEs were running before that. As we get down to the end of the race, less than 1 minute to go. Josiah Jerome on the tail of Luciano Achazo. He's been there for what seems like forever. Trying to get that Bentley out of the way. But the GT3 championship leader, whose worst result of the season is a 5th place at Slovakia ring. Looks like he's going to equal that here at Spa. In the background, a couple of GTEs battling. Not sure who those are. A couple of options in the field. Could be Aaron Racer and Jesus Huerta. It could be... Who else is close enough together? Could be Tobias TH and Arjun, although Tobias has gotten past Arjun, so I think that battle has kind of moved on. We're on to the last lap now. Bentley v Audi. Little spark show from Josiah. We become very used to that. Jamie Fordham on the tail of Martin Edmonds. This is the battle for 6th place in GT3. And the car back there is a GTE car in contact with them, so that'll be a blue flag scenario. Max Simmons has caught up to Arjun. We'll see what he can do. Or pardon me, that's Andrew D's caught, actually. So, interesting that the soft tires might work out really, really well for Max Simmons, but he went super deep into the race. 60 minutes on the first stint. And, let's see what he can do.
Stuff.
Well, we'll see if he can get past Andrew D. That's basically the question. Can he get 7th place? And there is the checkered flag. Bertrand Barrier, officially your winner here today. A dominant performance by the Frenchman. And a chest thump for him, because I can't give him a round of applause without taking my hand off the push to talk button.
You just have to come up with some sort of sound effect.
You mean like the demon voice?
That could work. Congratulations. Start singing Post Malone's Congratulations in demon voice.
I don't know that song, so I cannot do that.
I can get it. I know you don't have rhythm, but it won't matter because it's demon voice.
Jamie Fordham still trying to find his way through. Max Simmons still trying to find his way through. It might be the final lap. The checkered flag might be out, but this race has still got some juice in it. Here we go. Can Max Simmons get around? I wish the ACC rule with the... Oh my lord, guys. Actually, this is the AI fucking up. This is the AI fucking up, actually, because this game doesn't let you control yourself on the cooldown. So that's just AI failure. Jamie Fordham coming through. Can he get Martin Edmonds? One last chance at the push stop chicane. Nope. And no. Martin Edmonds hanging on to 6th place after starting dead last here today. Good run. Good run. Let's see if there's anything else still going, or if all the interesting battles have indeed come to an end. Wayne Hutchison, Michael Magas, 9th and 10th place in the GT3 category, coming to the line. Hutchison getting the jump. Both these men got a drive-through at the start, so to get a top 10 for them, pretty big deal. And we have our results. Bertrand Barrier, your winner from Gaston Lecurzi, Jesus Huerta, Aaron Racer, Tobias TH, Arjun Lakshmi, Andrew D, Maxims. I got a bit of a hiccup step right now, so if anything sounds weird, that's why. Sergei Yakovchuk and Rudiger Lamp, your top 10. In the GT3 category, Paul Olaru, Alfonso Alexandre, Adam Komorowski is your podium. Luciano Chiazzo, Josiah Jerome, Martin Edmonds, Jamie Fordham, David Flight, Wade Hutchison, and Michael Magas rounding off the top 10. And you can see the rest of them there, including DNFs for Roman Barthez, Henrik Ermer, and Ariel Zatoni. Only 3 DNFs around Spa. That is not bad. And Byron, would you like to add some final thoughts?
Since bat wings are just skin stretched over elongated fingers and bones, bats fly through the power of jazz hands.
That's an interesting fact for the day. I'm down with that.
And I would like to thank everyone for their participation in this race, and congratulations to our race winners, the great Bertrand Barrier, and also debuting Paul Olari. See you next time.